What up, though? Welcome to Woman Crush Every Day, where we discuss queer media, especially when it's black and especially when it's woman. I'm your host, Allison, aka Al Wu.
And I'm your host, Tang B, aka Sean B. Scribe.
And today we're going to be talking about the Ultimatum Queer Love.
Happy Pride season, y'all.
Yeah, that it is. Happy Pride to everybody who's tuned in with us and rocking with us. I hope y'all living y'all best gay lives this month and every month. Shout out you.
Yes. And so for Pride Month, actually just before Pride Month began, kind of as like a pre-party kickoff, they released Queer Love Ultimatum on Netflix. And it's the first queer thing in this franchise that the Lachey's have.
They were too scared to. Sorry, I mean,
no, go ahead.
Too scared to host the show.
Oh yeah. They didn't want to be in this particular mess.
We'll leave
but
that
they
to the
had no problem inserting themselves in previous mess. But yeah, that's okay. We didn't need you in there anyway. But before we get into this show, we have to give a shout out to the first queer dating show that we saw that featured women loving women, which was For the Love of Boop, a YouTube series brought to you by Amira Shawnees, who also did New York Girls TV, amongst other shows, and one of them was For the Love of Boop. And we actually interviewed one of the first contestants.
The winner.
Yes, the winner.
The winner. For the Love of Boop, yeah.
Wi-Fi. So, shout out Wi-Fi. Check out
AKA B. Elise.
Yes, B. Elise. Yes. Check out B. Elise's music. And check out the episode that we did. So just so y'all know, Woman Crush Every Day was a part of this lesbian dating show history.
Before there was an ultimatum, it was For the Love of Boop.
Yeah.
And we were on it. And we're still on it. Yeah. And we're going to go this season, this whole situation that is the Ultimatum Queer Love. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and crack into it.
Yeah. So we should first start with the couples.
Yes.
All right. So for the couples, we have.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
We should. I don't know who is watching the show who is familiar with the Ultimatum.
Oh yeah, as a series as a whole.
I know we're ready to talk about the couples, but.
So there's two things. There's Love is Blind, and then there's the Ultimatum. So Love is Blind is like going into these pods and meeting people without seeing them and then deciding that you want to be together. The Ultimatum is telling your partner that if you don't marry me, we're over. Yeah. And also we'll date other people while here because that will fix things, right? And tell us what we need to know. Yep, dating a stranger.
Makes perfect sense. I'll date a stranger while I'm on an island for a few weeks.
That'll tell me everything I need to know about my true love partner, who I'm just not quite ready to get married to yet. But maybe I will be 6 weeks from now.
Well, according to the reunion, it all worked, and they don't regret a thing. So, fuck it. Here we are.
All right. So the Ultimatum. This is, I think, the second season of the show.
Okay.
So
this is my first time tuning in. So shout out.
I tuned into the first one. It was also a lovely mess that also ended up with a woman who started dating a woman. I don't know if she still is. Anyway, let's get into this season's couples. So we have Mildred and Tiff. Yeah, Mildred gave the ultimatum to Tiff. Tiff just isn't ready to get married because they break up like every week.
That's what they said. That's what they talked about on the whole thing. They have very complicated communication issues.
Toxic or complicated.
Mildred kept saying she's spicy because she's a Latina and that's just the way it is. Tiff,
like that's not right.
Never said why she's so spicy. Never blamed it on anything in particular.
Just being her.
They are
love of her dog.
You know, it was like this and not in a good way. You know what I mean? Actually, yeah, it was this. It wasn't this. It was like this.
Stop.
Bad. Okay, so
all right.
That was one. Number two.
We
had Yoli and Mal. Let's jump into it. Yeah, Yoli and Mal. This is how do we describe their love? Yoli gave the ultimatum to Mal, and
Mal pretty much said like, I'm not ready to get married because we got to line up things. Like, do we have our coins stacked? Are we ready to buy a house? Are we ready to have kids right now? But also, like, you be kind of flaky on the love. Like, you love everybody, Yoli. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. More on that later.
I think that's it. Yeah. Yoli is... Yo.
YOLO.
Low. That was good. All right. So next couple, we've got Sam and Aussie.
Yes.
And what's wrong with Sam and Aussie? Or what's right with Sam and Aussie?
Sam issued the ultimatum because Sam actually does know what she wants. And Aussie's like, I don't know, I'm not ready. I don't know.
Is that your Australian?
It was really bad.
I'll take it.
Sorry.
Aussie is, yeah, this accent, that was quite hilarious. I guess, yeah. All right, so,
and then we have Ray and Lexi. And Lexi gave the ultimatum to Ray. Ray is like, yo, I'm like 21 out here, and I'm just like, trying to live. I don't know what I want out of anything. And Lexi's like, what you want is me, and you need to say it and figure it out by the end of this season. Mm-hmm.
And lastly, we have Xander and Vanessa. Mm-hmm. Another couple who, okay, Xander issued the ultimatum to Vanessa. Vanessa is like, I don't want to get married. I never really thought about marriage like that. I'm just here in the wind, having a good time. Living my life.
Yeah.
Xander, on the other hand, is like, I want to have a wife. I want to have kids. I want to do this whole family thing. And if you're not ready, well then, what's really good? Yeah. Xander goes off, and then, yeah, I guess part 2 of this is they start dating. Everybody starts dating. So all the couples that we just talked about, they all go ahead, fuck around, date each other. Not fuck around, but they date each other.
Everybody's not fucking around.
Yeah. In the dating phase, they just date.
Yeah.
They talk to each other for some hours, I guess. Yeah. And then they decide who is going to be their trial wife.
That they're going to live with for 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because that's a trial wife?
Yeah. That's what marriage is.
Yep. Easy. So that's what they do. And then after they get done with their 3 weeks with their trial wife, who they have to choose publicly in front of everyone at a dinner table. They have to also give the reason why they're choosing this person as
why
their
they're
trial
the best
wife,
person ever,
right in front of their supposed ex. And so they spend the 3 weeks with their trial wife, and then they have to go back to being with their ex, now back to being their partner.
Go back to their original partner.
Yeah, after talking about what happened with their trial spouse.
And how great it was.
Yeah, and then they live for 3 weeks with their original partner who gave them the ultimatum, put them in this whole fucked up situation. And then they decide if they're going to get married or not.
It's great TV. It's great television. If you're into that kind of thing. So yeah. So our trial couples included Sam went with Tiff. Yep. We had Lexi get with Mal. Yep. We had Xander get with Yoli. We had Vanessa get with Ray. Mm-hmm. Did I miss anybody?
And we had Mildred get with Aussie. Yes.
Good stuff, y'all. Yeah. So, I don't know. Do you want to talk about those relationships at all, or
hot mess relationships? Okay, let's go each one. Mm-hmm. So, Mildred and Aussie was, I think, the worst. They didn't last.
It didn't
the whole
last.
Time.
They didn't get through the 3 weeks.
Aussie walked out. It wouldn't be her first time, but or her last. So she walked out because Mildred, frankly, was like a brat style to me. Like, just would not stop talking, enough to even like try to listen to anyone. Not that Aussie would have been ready to have the conversation, but
thanks.
Yeah, so that was pretty bad.
Pretty bad. Pretty tough to watch. On the flip side of that, the Sam and Tiff couple, they also experienced some really, really difficult communication issues. But what we saw throughout the course of their 3 weeks was Sam really coming out of her shell.
Yeah.
Ways where she was kind of more docile and just chilling, you know, willing to cater to Aussie's needs. She really started speaking up for herself.
It was nice to see.
That, you know, she had to do it in her relationship with Tiff, and those skills transferred back into her relationship with with Aussie.
Yeah.
And that was one of my favorite parts of this season.
That was great.
I mean, it was also kind of like a little bit much, because I think like it was kind of like Sam got a new superpower. Like, she just realized, oh my God,
she leaned in.
I have super strength.
She's like,
you know, and it's like, whoa,
words.
you have to learn how to use that super strength. You can't just go throwing people across the fucking universe, bitch, just because you are super strong now. And
Aussie was like, I do not like this newfound Sam.
Hated
she wasn't
it.
ready.
Kept calling her new
she
Sam.
Was not ready.
That was hilarious, but that was that.
Yeah. We had Ray and Vanessa together, which was a mess because Vanessa also dated Lexi when they were in the dating phase before choosing their trial spouse. And so she was dating like Lexi and Ray. Lexi ended up being like, oh, actually you're super fake and I hate you. And Ray ended up choosing Vanessa to be her trial wife. They ended up fingering something with fingers, and and when Ray explained that to Lexi, everything went awry. Really, other than that, nothing really happened in the relationship to me between Ray and Vanessa. They were really like, we have to hang out with each other for 3 weeks. Okay.
Yeah. Let's hang out.
And they hung out.
Hang out they did.
Yeah. And then they did some more.
Yeah. Okay.
All around innocent. Besides
that's what
the,
you would call it. That's what you would call it. So now I know.
I mean, given where the relationship has ended up for all of them, yes.
That's true. That's fair. All right. Who do we have next? We had Lexi and Mal.
Yeah. What did you think of Lexi and Mal?
So, you know, we have not acknowledged this. This is a show where we talk about Black queer women. Mal is the Black queer.
Yeah, I'm not sure about everybody else's necessary, like, full racial makeup.
Yeah, or how they would.
Mal is visibly, or identifiably Black.
Yeah. Boom.
Yes.
So Mal is 30 something, I think 34,
somewhere in
maybe
there.
And Mal gets partnered with Lexi. Lexi is like 10 years younger than Mal.
Yeah.
I mean, Lexi's cool. They have like a great trial marriage. They're all like the performative I love yous. I mean, I don't think they said I love you, but they were very warm to each other.
Yeah.
I think they had a healthy relationship. I think their trial marriage was like good.
Yeah.
I think they would both say they had a good time, but Mal was super committed to Yoli the entire time. And Lexi was like, I think just tired of Ray's shit, and it's like, I'm gonna go all the way in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go knuckles deep, you know.
When she started putting the pressure on.
Yeah.
Putting the pressure on in the last night together, like, you gonna fuck or not?
Yeah, she really was.
We fucking or not.
She really
did
hit
like,
her with the we fucking or not. Mal gave her the no, we're not.
We're not.
We're not.
And good for you, Mal. That was not the thing to do.
Yeah, and that was their trial marriage.
Yeah.
Who else we have?
And then we also had
Yoli and Xander.
Yoli and Xander. How could we forget?
How could we forget our unrequited love scenario? So Mal's boo Yoli ends up falling in love with Vanessa's boo Xander.
Surprise, surprise. This is what
Yoli
do.
They have 3 weeks of just
blissful,
stereotypical lesbian bliss.
Yes,
they are the stereotype. Watch it, fall in love.
Yeah,
see
yeah,
the
it's
experience,
cute,
the
it's
love
fun.
that we saw.
Yeah, it might be your newest favorite, lesbian quick romance.
Yeah. Yeah.
It moves kind of faster than some of the other movies.
You know, if the cameras weren't there, I really wonder what would have happened. But hey, doesn't matter. Neither here nor there.
It doesn't matter. No, but
those are our couples.
They're serving all of that. So
yeah.
Those
are our couples and our trial couples.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
So at this point, I feel like we've gotten through all of the deets.
Mostly.
Now it's just time to talk shit.
Let's do it.
Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Tang B, are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
I need to know, according to you.
Okay.
Most toxic couple.
Most toxic couple. I'm going to do most toxic couple and then most toxic person. Because I think those are two different ones. So,
okay.
Most toxic couple is hands down to Tiff and Mildred.
Okay.
Like, the breaking up every week, the conversations made me uncomfortable. Like, just trying to sit there in a conversation, I was like, I don't know what Tiff is even trying to say because I can't get Mildred to be quiet. Mildred is also changing what she's saying, like, every few notes. Like, Jesus, stay in one song.
Yeah.
And so it was just like, it was hard watching them. They clearly cannot communicate with one another. The fact that there's like physical violence happening, police being called is really devastating and not what we want to see. And, I think that's a truly toxic, sad space that nobody can grow in. And I mean, maybe somebody can grow in that, but I really think it's like leave that to see how you should grow.
Yeah.
To not ever be in that. I want them to be out of it.
Yeah. I was so mad when they were coming back after their trial marriages and Aussie was talking about how, you know, Aussie had to leave and Mildred was doing way too much. And then Tiff jumps in and is like, so you're just going to leave, bro? You're just going to like leave? You're going to leave this way? That's how you're going to do in a marriage? That's what you're going to do? Leave? It's like, fucking right. I'm going to fucking leave.
You should leave. If somebody's disrespecting you like that, you should leave.
Why you're doing all of this, Tiff, I just will never understand.
Yeah.
I'll never understand.
Okay. Most toxic, I think, person, though. Well, it might be Mildred.
It might be. You have to just.
It's Mildred or Aussie. And I really think it's just anyone who has that much built up trauma where everything that somebody does to you is like, they're after you, they're trying to ruin you, they're trying to abandon you, they're doing exactly what so-and-so did. It's like nobody can win in that situation. Nobody can, you know, really help you overcome that. You have to overcome that and then come into the relationship, or at least not paint that onto your partner. So, you know, I think Aussie not being able to let go of the child, or not even recognize the childhood things that are coming up. I don't think you have to let go, but to recognize it and say like, oh, that's what I'm reacting to in this moment. And then same thing with Mildred, like, oh, if you don't want to put up with all of my toxic shit, and if you don't love me unconditionally by staying around even when I'm the worst, then that means that you don't love me unconditionally. And it's like, no. Me loving you unconditionally doesn't mean that I stop loving myself and let you verbally and emotionally abuse me. That's not the deal.
Can't be enough snaps for that.
You know?
Aren't enough snaps.
Yeah. What about to you? Most toxic?
Most toxic couple to me. I mean, it's really hard to choose between. No, most toxic is Tiff and Mildred. No doubt. No doubt about it. That shit was tough to watch. It was tough to watch. Yeah. It's like, are y'all serious?
Yeah.
Y'all are serious. Oh my God. And then watching the reunion episode, and it's just like, what's real? What's fake? What is this? Why is it even like this?
Yeah.
Who is this for? It really felt like I want y'all to get the help you need. Like, dead ass. It's not even, it kind of lost an entertainment factor. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh my God. And same with Aussie. You know, I think when Aussie had that huge breakdown around like, it's not my fault. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we are watching childhood Aussie.
Yeah.
Have a moment.
Which is a lot. Y'all could have cut the cameras for that. That was a lot.
That was a lot. I mean, I don't necessarily, it's not like judgment.
Yeah.
But it is like, you know, if that is how you
Aussie's
feel,
sake. Yeah.
you know, man, that's some unpacking that needs to be done. Objectively speaking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I do want Aussie to be free from that. I think it's wild to come on this show to gain a fiance. And you're not out to your family. You still have a lot of pent up, like you can't talk to your family.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And you think that this is going to be healthy somewhere. It's just like, I don't know what's going on, but yeah, that was really painful to watch.
Yeah.
Really tough.
Really, really tough. I don't want to, put everything on Mildred and Aussie. You know, there was toxicity all around. You know, for sure. I think Lexi had her toxic moments.
Oh yeah.
Just really harboring on, I hate this person and I need you to hate them to the degree I do exactly the way I would hate them.
Yeah. I was definitely rooting on like Vanessa being the most toxic person because
definitely thought that was
Vanessa came out guns blazing like, with toxicity.
I'm ready to fuck it all up.
Toxic, you know.
But she came full circle.
I hope. You know what? I really don't. I need to see Vanessa off camera. I feel like on camera, Vanessa knows how to tighten up.
Yeah.
Vanessa doesn't want to look stupid on camera. But,
you know,
in real life, I don't know.
What got me, though, is how much she continued to ride for Xander in a way that I was just like, I kind of believe her. I think she might be really caught up.
That's real.
You know?
I'll give you that.
And I don't think that makes Vanessa a good person. Because I'm not there. But I think I'm convinced that she did see a side of herself that she hadn't recognized as toxic. Mm-hmm. I think she thought it was just like, I'm just being like a happy white girl.
Fun.
You know?
Fucking losers. It's like, okay.
I think she had to realize like, no, we're not in real life, but this is real life. Like, come on, stop playing the games because people don't like the games. There's enough games going around.
Yeah.
And Tiff was also toxic, you know, with the dog. Her and this dog, I love my dog too. I love my dog, but Tiff, don't be going off on nobody.
I could not believe how that started out. I'm just like, are you kidding me? You gonna yell at her because the dog can't sleep in the bed?
It was ridiculous. Ridiculous.
See, I couldn't be on this show. I could, though. It would be funny. But let me stop.
Okay.
All right. So, who's your dream couple?
Oh, man. Okay, dream couple. It would have been cool to see. Honestly, I think the couple that might have worked out the best is probably Lexi and Vanessa. I think Lexi and Vanessa would have been making lots of money.
Yeah.
Making lots of money, running around.
Talk your shit.
Having, little French 75 sitting together, bubbly, taking pictures, running their little Instagram pages.
You actually...
yeah, that's what I think.
They should put you on Married at First Sight. I think you're next to Dr. Pepper and all them.
I will replace Pass the Cow.
We need Tang B on the staff. That was a good one.
Yeah. Well, who would you put together?
I would put together... My dream couple, honestly, is Yoli and Mal.
You want them to be together?
No, I don't want them to be together because Yoli ain't shit.
Oh my God.
Yoli.
Okay. Oh, Yoli pre-reunion, like when we didn't know, or Yoli like pre-3 weeks, like when?
Yoli is like, you know, I hope that beyond this show, Yoli also, you know, I was going to say Yoli in terms of most toxic.
Okay.
Because of the flip flopping ass. Oof. I don't think I've seen
did I do
a
that was
fish.
Dishonest? What did I do that was dishonest, Mal?
I mean, like, I love you. I don't love you. I love both of you. Like, all of it was the most I've ever seen. So, I'll say that. But I think in terms of, like, when we first started watching the show, and it's just like, okay, we've got this black queer woman on the show, blah, blah, blah. We're super excited. Let's see where this couple goes. I'm like, I want to see what happens with them. Yeah. And the ways in which I think after, I don't know what bullshit Mal was on to get to this moment, to get to the ultimatum. Yeah. You know, clearly there was some shenanigans happening. Yeah. But Mal's dedication to Yoli throughout the process, and like, I want to make this work. Like, yeah, that scene in the kitchen where like Mal is like on the counter, like, what the fuck, bro? Yeah. You know, I just really felt that, and I'm just like, I really wish that this wasn't such a fucked up situation. Yeah. Because it seems like you all are both really invested in each other, and like Mal is really invested in you, and like when the friend was there. When Mal's friend was visiting, it's just like, she loved Yoli. Like, they all felt there was a love
amongst them.
Yeah, that they had cultivated. And it's just like, I'm rooting for y'all. I want to root for y'all. But Yoli, oh my gosh, man. Yoli ain't That was real. Tough. That was tough to watch.
It made me question, you know, no matter what Mal had been doing before, what has Yoli been doing this whole time?
Exclamation
Because I'm
point.
like, this is an actor. Let me tell you. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was tough.
All right.
So, who do you think grew the most?
Ooh. Who do I think grew the most?
Or was maybe even most challenged?
I think, it's hard because now I know what happened after the reunion even. Mm-hmm. So, I think most challenged probably was Mal. Mm-hmm. I think Mal was probably the most challenged on this because of like the blindsiding that happened. To go into it, like you said, like become very dedicated to the relationship, start showing up, didn't really do anything between her and Alexi when they were in the trial marriage. She was there once they got back into the apartment together with Yoli, like, okay, you fell in love with somebody else. I'm going to try to be understanding of that. Okay, y'all need to be able to have some closure. Okay, I'm going to give you the space to do that. Okay, I'm going to actually talk to this person and like confront them. Like, what intentions do you have? Because I want to be able to know going into this where you stand and what you're trying to do. Mm-hmm. Like, I think Mal was totally stand up in all the ways that she could have been for the situation. And that reunion, I think, was a challenge. And the way that she held it together, I'm like, you could have flipped chairs and tables and couches and sofas and called her all out of her name believed it. And torn it down and all of that. And I would have been like, fair. Okay. That's fair. That's what happens on these shows. But you held it together, Mal. Yeah.
Yeah. And that shirt was cute. Mal was dressing all season. Yeah. Shout out Mal. Yeah. Shout out Mal's nice hair. Fits. Yep. Big fan. Yeah. Style icon. All right, that's all I got.
Well, for you, who was the most challenged?
Who grew the most? Who was the most
I'm gonna talk about who grew too.
I think, I want to agree with you. A part of me is kind of like wanting to give Xander a little play because I feel like Xander, I feel like Vanessa actually really tried to come back. In a way that like
clawing for Xander.
Nobody else really tried to like claw their way back. You know what I'm saying? Like folks just kind of either went for it, like the way Mildred and Tiff kind of just went for it. The way Sam and Aussie just kind of went for it. You know, like to have somebody who was like just playing around at the beginning and then like really like on the ultimatum day, the way Vanessa was like, really, like, you really about to, like, walk away? Like, this is about to be over? Like, for real? I mean, I thought you chose me. Like, I mean, you're my one. Like, yeah, I'm your one. You're my one. We're one. You know, she was just going in. I mean. And I'm like, I know Xander's going to break. Xander's going to break any second now. And be like, you're right, babe. And Xander didn't. And I think to walk away from this, like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's true. Xander did not
break. Xander got played. Xander was the one person who left their relationship.
Yeah.
Like, nobody else left. Nobody else said, like,
everybody else just went with it.
And, you know, and I think that was hella growth to say, no, this person is still trying to choose me. You know, they're trying to come back and act right. That was the same situation for Yoli and Mal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Xander was like,
No. I wish Yoli would have said no.
Yeah.
To Mal's proposal. I think Mal deserved a no. And not like a malicious thing, but I think respectfully, she deserved a no.
Yeah, I 1,000% agree. 1,000%.
Who do you wish would have grown?
I wish I would have seen more growth in Aussie.
Yeah.
I think I would have, because I think even seeing them in the reunion episode is just like, you know, Aussie still walks away. They're still not out to their family.
Yeah.
It kind of seems very much business as usual.
Yeah.
And I kind of want for Sam to be the bad bitch that Sam is.
Yeah, like, no, that's what Sam, gonna be my answer. I wanted Sam to walk away. Yeah. I wanted Sam to just be like, I deserve better and I'm done here. And I've grown. Now I know what to say and I will say it to the next bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I wanted to see some growth there. I would have loved to see some growth out of Mildred and Tiff, but you know,
I think Mildred needs
Tiff did exorcism. Grow. I do think Tiff grew, but like,
Mildred, goddamn, bro, Jesus.
And Mildred, that's wrong. I mean, it's messed up. It's messed up because I hate on these shows that, you know, like, they're trying to represent a little bit of everybody. So they're like, oh, we're going to put a little bit of this spice and a little bit of that spice and a little bit of this spice. And Mildred, you did not hold it down.
Yeah, it's not. I think the Latino representation too was super fucked up.
It was fun.
Every time she brought up she was Latina, she would like couple it with why she could be toxic.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
just like, no.
Why are you doing that? Yeah. Why are you even putting on for your whole culture like that? Like, stop, man.
Yeah,
stop that.
Really ridiculous.
Stop. Yeah, that was weird.
If y'all are still mad about that, check out Vita. Vita, long story, lots of different Latina characters, wonderful.
We love Vita.
Super queer, super lovely, great show. Watch that instead.
Yeah. Was that on Amazon Prime?
Yeah, that was on Amazon Prime.
Good show. Watch
really
that.
Good. Yeah.
I don't know if it was the healthiest couples.
Not the healthiest couples, but at least you get, you know, some variety there.
Yeah. All right, so where does this fit in the queer canon?
Oh, man. I mean, I think that this is only like our maybe I'll say third or fourth queer dating show, because there's been some bisexual dating shows. Tila Tequila did one. Are You the One did a season of that. What's the other show? Too Hot to Handle. Or they've done some queer things, but I think to have one that's like solely dedicated to women outside of For the Love of Boop, I've never seen this before. I've been wanting it. You know, I've been hearing people say like, we deserve toxic TV too. And you know, I think we do. So, I think it was a fun ride, and I think it's a fun ride to have in our queer canon theme park, as a choice. If this is straight people's first introduction to queer people, you know, I think it's on par with The Bachelor and all the rest of the bullshit.
All of that shit. Yeah. You like that? It was,
you know, Married at First Sight, all the bullshit.
Yeah.
It's just, I felt like there?
I think, to that point, not all of the couples, but most of the couples represented, still had this kind of heteronormative aesthetic.
That part, yeah.
So it was great to have, yes, this woman loving woman show, all this dating, all this da 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 da. You get to meet all these people. I love it.
Yeah.
But that stood out to me.
Yeah.
As something that felt like, I guess having this all woman cast or whatever is a step in the right direction, but it also felt like one of those where you have to take a certain kind of step. You know what I mean? Like, how will straight couples understand who's the man in this relationship? And it's like, there's no fucking man in the relationship.
But that's against their whole franchise, which is all about, like, there's somebody who's going to do a proposal, there's somebody who's going to accept a proposal, there's somebody who's going to lead, there's somebody who's going to follow. It's such weird shit.
To that point, though, I did love how the one couple that was, like, femme presenting in both partners, they did a mutual proposal.
That was great.
And to me, I'm like, that is queer love.
Yeah.
Versus, I don't want to say versus everybody else, because it's not like a
choose
fight.
Choose how you choose.
Do what you do. You know what I mean? But I think it felt like it was cast in a way of, like, how do we make this make sense to the broader audience? Our broader audiences always want to know who's the man in a lesbian relationship.
Yeah.
And I think they catered to those really superficial ideas that are outside of, I guess they're present in queer relationships, obviously.
Yeah.
But I guess to me, they haven't felt as central.
Yeah.
And maybe, like, as a kid, you know what I mean? But, like, as a grown-up, fully actualized dyke, that seems childish to me.
What I did like was that it wasn't along that spectrum for the person who gave the ultimatum. It wasn't just like all the femme presenting people were like, I'm giving the ultimatum. And then all the masculine people were like, look, marriage is weird. You know? So I like that part at least. But yeah, I think it's kind of a trash category of TV. So does it belong in the queer canon of, like, things that we need? I think it...
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because I like this stuff. I watch like all the BS.
Trash.
Yeah.
And if people like trash, the queers deserve trash, too.
Yes.
Give us our trash.
Often I request a gourmet meal, but every so often I'll take some takeout. I love some fast food. You know?
You hear that? Yeah, every now and then.
Yeah.
All right, word.
I still want to do what was your favorite moment of the series? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so favorite moment of the trial marriage, favorite moment of the couples, and favorite moment of the finale.
Favorite moment of trial marriage. It's tough to think of a particular moment in trial marriages. I guess the first thing that came to mind concretely was Sam's glow up.
Yeah.
When Sam started talking back, I was like, oh, bitch, watch out. That was great. So, I think that of the trial marriages was a really great moment. I think the other things felt performative for other folks. So, yeah. All right.
Favorite moment of the
trial marriage. Yeah.
Trial marriage for me. I think, okay, it might be when Vanessa met with her dad, because that was very telling, which is really interesting to see how Vanessa ended up turning like a week later after talking to her dad, who I think made her sad. Like, she meets with her dad and Ray, and her dad is talking about how, like, whenever a woman gets to the point of, like, wanting to tie things down is when he knows the relationship is over, and how he just kind of is like, you know, marriage isn't forever, love isn't like that, you know, you just be with a bunch of people. And she just keeps agreeing with him, like, yeah, you see where I get my ideas from? Exactly. But then after that, she's just like, actually, I really want to be married.
Yeah.
I think his life made her sad. So that was an interesting moment from the trial marriage that stood out, having seen everything else. I think the other moment was Tiff riding so hard for this goddamn dog to sleep in the bed.
That's real.
A lot.
That was, he thought that
a
was
lot.
That's funny.
All right, favorite moment from when the couples got back together, or a moment that stood out.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I have to mention one of my favorite moments from trial marriage with Lexi and Mal and the friend.
Oh, yeah.
That was definitely one of my favorite moments of the season. The friend, I wish I could remember the friend's name, but the friend was like, bitch, what? Like, oh, so you love her now. Now you're in love with Lexi. She said, what did she say? Red flag? Oh, that's a cute red flag.
When Lexi said how old she was.
That shit took me all the way out. Oh, that's a cute red flag. Just waving in the wind. That was a quotable. She could be my friend, whoever that is. I need to find you. You're funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Definitely favorite moment. Okay. From trial marriage, from when they came back together.
Yeah.
Spicy Sam, man. Sam letting Aussie have the work, every fucking opportunity available. Okay. After a while, it got like, okay, chill the fuck out. Okay, we get it. You're spicy now, Sam.
Because she had to double down because Aussie kept walking away.
Yeah.
Kept calling her new Sam. At that point, I'm like, oh, new Sam? Okay, I'm going to show you new Sam.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think Sam snapping at Aussie, not snapping, but just saying like I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling it out.
Yeah.
Period. I think that was my favorite of them coming back together.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I think mine was the two friend moments. Natalie, that was her name?
I think it was Natasha.
Natasha. Okay. Tiff's friend. When Tiff and Mildred got together for their dinner. First of all, Tiff's friend, when Tiff and Sam got together and was like, just hold her hand. Just hold her hand. You can't hold her hand. And Tiff couldn't even hold Sam's hand.
Tiff couldn't hold Sam's hand. That was one of the trashiest moments on the show.
Yeah, I was just like, really?
Where are y'all heads at? Where the fuck is your head?
Like, it doesn't make sense.
What's wrong with these people?
But then for Tiff's friend to then say like, y'all relationship is toxic. You should not be together. You should probably break up, and no listening. And then same thing with like Aussie's friend. Aussie's friend wasn't like you should break up, but Aussie's friend, everything in her face said, I see what you're talking about, Sam. I see exactly what you're talking about.
Fucking up.
So that was my favorite moment, was to see the people, and
the friends were great.
Yeah, Mel's friend too. Like, Mal's friend was great.
I love the friends.
They came in, they brought the real. Like, yes. I was like, I believe that y'all really know these people in real life, and you were like, but what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Definitely one of my favorite moments of the whole show. Yeah. Friends conversation.
All right. The reunion.
All right. What's tea?
For me, it is Mildred locking herself into a potential case. Like,
woo!
So, what unfolds on the reunion is that Tiff and Mildred got into some kind of altercation, argument about moving out. And Mildred confesses that she threw a dog gate at Tiff. And Tiff is like, that's not what's in the police report.
You denied that in the police report.
And then Mildred doubles down and says, well, I'm saying
I threw a dog gate.
I threw the dog gate. I have to own that I did that. And I'm like, ma'am. So are you going to own that you did that? Because why are you, I mean, I'm all for, first of all, I'm totally against any kind of like domestic violence. Romantic partners should not be putting their hands on each other.
They are definitely being a stereotype.
Like, it's terrible.
Why are y'all being this couple?
Break up. Just be done. I mean, they're done now. But, you know, stop. But then Mildred, to bring yourself back to that moment and then totally change up what you said is just like, wow, okay, how often do you just tell yourself anything? Mm-hmm. You tell yourself anything. Mm-hmm. And it was so clear. So that moment kind of blew my mind. And then Yoli and all of her reveals of what she had been doing, Coachella, Hawaii, you know, we had already seen all the hand holding, the kissing, all after she said yes. That was messed up. That was messed up. But those were like my two big moments of the reunion. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the gaslighting from Mildred to Tiff was outrageous.
Yeah.
I think even the gaslighting that Yoli was doing was like, what? I need you to do nothing. It's like, we just watched you do everything.
Everything.
What are you talking about, ma'am? Whack.
Her face. What did I do? What did I do?
Yeah, like, okay, you're weird.
I don't remember.
I don't know. What else from Reunion?
And that's all, folks.
You know, like, I'm so glad that, you know, I called that. I was like, these people are not real lesbians if y'all don't leave with who you came with. Period.
It was after the other.
It was pretty solid. It was Yoli and Mao. Boom. They were locked in. Tiff and Mildred.
Together.
Boom. They were locked in.
No longer together.
It was Sam and Aussie. Boom. They were locked in. It was Lexi
together.
and Ray. Boom. They were locked in. The only couple that didn't leave the show together was Xander and Vanessa, and I just, yeah. The only other more lesbian thing that could have happened is if Xander and Yoli got together and then they just played us on
I really thought that was going to happen. I really thought, and you know, maybe it'll happen eventually. Maybe
I don't think so. I think Xander now sees Yoli for who Yoli is.
Yoli is a liar.
I want Yoli to find love, but baby girl, you got an uphill battle in front of you, sister.
She is not an ad for polyamory because Yoli has 0% honesty.
Yeah, that's
you
the thing.
You don't know how to communicate what you doing.
Yeah, that was so trash that she would even say that. Like, I ain't guess I'm poly. Like, you didn't say, you never told anybody you was poly. In fact, you on the ultimatum. Hello? Yeah. Giving ultimatums.
What?
I'm done. Girl, bye.
And with that, I think we're done. I think we're done.
We've talked it all out.
Yes.
If you haven't seen The Ultimatum, check it out. It's on Netflix. Ultimatum Queer Love. Check out all 10 episodes and let us know what you think or what you thought of the show.
Yeah.
If you had any feelings about any of the particular characters, or not characters, any of the particular participants in this experiment. If any, I guess a lot of them are single now, so
yeah.
Anybody that you would shoot your shot at, drop it in the comments.
Who would you shoot your shot at?
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
All right. Until next time, y'all.
Peace.